Hello everybody, and yes, I finally heard the request and I'm finally doing it. I'm gonna visit Delgrosso's Park in middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Woohoo! If somehow you're unfamiliar with this amazing park, it's like a small park in the middle of Pennsylvania with like 2 coasters at it and an okay looking water park that is really crowded right now for some reason. Okay, so apparently the ride portion of the park is not open until noon and it's currently like 11. So I guess doing the water park first. And of course the water park and the park are separated by this random road. Sure. Also, according to some dude at guest services, this is like the most crowded he's ever seen this park. It's a random Monday in July. What? Why? Okay, it's about an hour and a half later. Did the water park. There's a cool Leaning Tower of Pisa thing that's over the Lazy River. Lazy River was actually pretty cool. I thought there was some decent theming on it, decently long. Nothing crazy, but yeah, no, neat. Okay, then you had the like lay down mat slides. These were pretty neat, mostly just because you got like a lot of skid on the water at the end, and then that like double down thing kind of like gave some like air time. So that was pretty cool, pretty short, but also you got some good speed on it. And then over here at the tube slides, I did 2 of these. The one in the middle is a pretty standard model you see in a lot of places. But once again, it gives some decent like airtime, which is again kind of weird and cool on a water slide. And then the most unique slide they have here is this one on the left. I don't know how well you can see it from this angle, but there's like the end of the slide is just like a triangle like hill like you'd see on a roller coaster. And what's weird about that is that usually on regular water slides you don't see it go up at all, but on this one it like has some water propulsion things, and yeah, it's like a hill that just goes up. Usually you only see that on water coasters, but that's just like a regular tube slide. Picture on screen now if I can find it. So yeah, the water park here I assume is the main area of the park. The ride area just looks like a carnival-ish thing. And yeah, it's a pretty neat area, some decent theming. Not actually too bad. Decent like safety and all of that stuff. Now on to eating food, which I've heard actually isn't terrible here, somehow. Okay, I got from this pasta fresca place. It's like just make your own pasta, and it was like good. Like the pasta was decent, the sauce was good, the chicken I got was good. Genuinely, like for once in my life, I recommend getting food here. And if you're not aware, that is a rarity at amusement parks. Their star attraction is this spinning wild mouse, but it's a Revertron, baby. Revertron makes the best spinning wild mouses. They're way better than Zamperla. This also is the same year and model as the one at Six Flags America when it was first built at Six Flags Great America, and that ride's peak. So this ride's got to be good. Crazy Mouse wasn't quite peak, but actually it was pretty good for a spinning wild mouse. The first half wasn't nearly as janky as something as like Raging Cajun, and especially the Zamperla models of similar wild mice type rides. I'm gonna cut that. Yeah, it's not nearly as janky as some of like the Zamperlas in the first half. And then the problem is there's a lot of trim breaks, some bringing you to full stops, one being right before the big spinning part, which leads to it not being the most spinning at first, but once you hit the last few switchbacks, you're spinning pretty good. And just like Raging Cajun, at the very bottom you have a random tiny bunny hill that's like ejector for no reason. But yeah, you can tell the car right there is moving pretty slowly and is not getting much spinning. Overall, pretty good. Common Revertron W. Best manufacturer ever, except for Morgan. Morgan's still peak. Guys, I'd like to make the official announcement. I'm a tomato champ. Okay, I did a few like the smaller like fair type flat rides. Nothing of them are crazy unique or anything, but they add some charm to this park. Oh yeah. Whatever that game with the clown heads is, I don't want to see it ever again. I think this is the only park I've ever seen that has Wacky Worm merch. And speaking of the Wacky Worm, this is stupid. Self-respect, what's that? I went on the Wacky Worm. My life has been changed. So, thank you for watching this vlog at the greatest park on earth, Delgrosso's. In all fairness, this park is actually pretty good. The water park has some decent theming and is a relatively charming area. the regular dry park across the street. Completely different vibe. Kind of feels like I don't know, another small, charming Pennsylvania park. There's a lot of those, like Idlewild and those kind of parks. And yeah, pretty cool. I would love to see this park get like one of those small, like Gravity Group wooden coaster rides, like Bobcat or whatever the one at Quasi's called. I feel like that'd fit great, especially in that plot of land that the train surrounds over there. But that's a pipe dream type situation. Right now, I don't know if you can see it, but by the Wild Mouse, they are building a Larson drop tower, which is a pretty thrilling drop tower and a pretty fun one at that. So maybe they might lean more into thrills and get a looping coaster, or as I said, Gravity Group. Because I mean, they used to have a looping coaster in storage, but just never built it. So it's a pretty interesting park. I don't know why anybody would ever be in this area, but you can pay for rides so you can get the credit, I guess. It's a nice park, just very family oriented, but like, subscribe, and eat pasta.